Thanks for checking out this video. So here I am to talk about what's coming to Shudder for April. And believe it or not, this is the halfway to Halloween celebration for Shudder. And saw that in the email. I was like, we're already that far? That's crazy. It's awesome, but it's crazy. So here I'm going to talk about everything coming to Shudder for April. And just know up front, any of their exclusive / original films, I will have reviews for those. No spoiler reviews for those up earlier in the week that they come out. They usually come out on Thursdays, and for that reason I usually have the video out on a Monday of that same week. So you can come here to my channel to get my opinion on if they're worth watching or not. Not to say that, my opinion's the end all be all, but some of you may feel like your opinions kind of line up with mine pretty well. Just saying. So one of the things they're doing is they're bringing back their hotline, halfway to Halloween hotline, where you can basically call in this hour window and get recommendations for stuff streaming on Shudder that would fit what you're looking to watch. And I think Sam Zimmerman is the person who does that. So that'll be every Friday in April from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. And I would just check out the Shudder social media in order to get the phone number to call into for those. All right, so the new in the Shudder originals and exclusives that are coming, the first one is called Night's End, which is actually coming March 31st. In Night's End, an anxious shut-in unwittingly moves into a haunted apartment and hires a mysterious stranger to perform an exorcism, which takes a horrific turn. Okay, seems interesting enough. Cursed Films 2. Okay, I'm excited for this because I really enjoyed the first season of the series Cursed Films. If you haven't seen it, it's still on Shudder. Check it out. Cursed Films 2, that's coming Thursday, April 7th. And there will be a new episode dropping every Thursday after that. So just do one at a time. Shudder's acclaimed documentary series is back to explore the facts and myths surrounding a new batch of famous films some consider cursed. The new season will feature The Wizard of Oz, interesting, Rosemary's Baby, Stalker, The Serpent and the Rainbow, and Cannibal Holocaust. Interesting. Featuring new interviews with FX expert and former Mythbusters host Adam Savage. Oh, interesting. Oscar-winning cinematographer Roger Deakins, actor Bill Pullman, and director Ruggero Deodato, among many others. Excuse me. I'll apologize for that. All of a sudden, my mouth is getting very, very dry. The next film is April 7th is when it's dropping. It's See For Me. A blind young woman caught in the crossfire of a home invasion scheme must rely on an army veteran via an app to survive in the shocking cat and mouse thriller. I will have a review for that one as well. Coming April 15th, The Cellar. Filmed on location in Roscommon, Ireland, The Cellar tells the story of Kira Woods, whose daughter mysteriously vanishes in the cellar of their new house in the country. Kira soon discovers there is an ancient and powerful entity controlling their home that she will have to face or risk losing her family's souls forever. I feel like they gave maybe too much away for that film. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but it kind of seems like maybe. Virus 32 is coming April 21st. A virus breaks out and a chilling massacre rages through the streets. The sick become hunters and only calm their fever by unscrupulously killing all of those not infected. Unaware of this, Iris and her daughter spend the day in the sports club where Iris works as a security guard. When night falls, their fight for survival begins. Or it says beings, but it should be begins. Their only hope of salvation arrives when they discover that after each attack, the infected seem to stop for 32 seconds of calm before attacking again. Seems like a written out of convenience thing there, maybe. I don't know. And the big thing that people are probably looking forward to most, and I've been anticipating quite a bit, Season 4 starts of The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, starting Friday, April 29th. I'm not going to read anything about that because we already know about that. I'm just excited to see how many cool movies he introduces people to, or rehashes that a lot of us already know. It'll be awesome. All right, so the next bunch of films are coming on April 1st. Candyman. Yes, I believe the original. Student Helen Lyle learns of the terrifying local legend of the Candyman, a hooked serial killer who appears when you say his name in a mirror 5 times. Candyman. And it doesn't state, just so people know, because I'll usually say like it's coming to the US and Canada or UK, Ireland, whatever. It doesn't state on this. So maybe everyone's getting these? I'll let you know if it says otherwise for them. The next one, The Evil Dead. In 1979, a group of college students who, during a weekend getaway, find a Sumerian book of the dead in an old wilderness cabin they've rented. When they unwittingly unleash evil spirits and demons while reading incantations from the book, that's when the real havoc begins. Nice. And then Evil Dead 2. I'm not going to read the synopsis for Evil Dead 2. Probably shouldn't have even read the synopsis for these last two films because we all know about it. If you have not seen Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, do yourself a favor and take care of that. Also Candyman as well. Next one, if you haven't seen this, definitely see this. It was one of my favorite John Carpenter films. The Fog. The ghosts of shipwrecked sailors return to get revenge on a seaside village on the 100-year anniversary of their deaths at the hand of the town's founders. Since 6 were murdered, 6 residents of Antonio Bay are destined to die. Who will it be? Radio host Adrienne Barbeau, hitchhiker Jamie Lee Curtis, party planner Janet Leigh, priest Hal Holbrook, or maybe they'll all be pulled into the fog. I love that movie. Big fan. The Thing is my number 1 John Carpenter. The Fog is my number 2, just so you know. The next one is one that was on Shudder very recently within the past few months, so I guess they're adding it back. Near Dark. Good vampire film if people haven't seen it. Country boy Caleb Colton whittles away the quiet rural nights hunting local girls, but when he falls prey to the mysterious and beautiful May, Caleb unknowingly becomes the hunted. From master director Catherine Bigelow, Near Dark is simply an essential of vampire cinema. I think that's probably true because it's a very different setting and different take on vampires, so I recommend it. The Serpent and the Rainbow. This is another good one. I should revisit this and do a review on it. Wes Craven directs this frightening excursion into the supernatural as one man goes to Haiti to retrieve a powder that has the power to bring humans back from the dead. That one has Bill Pullman in it. I remember watching it some years ago and enjoyed it. Session 9. Here's another one that people talk about a lot. I should rewatch this and review it. In this now celebrated creeper, an asbestos abatement crew wins the bid for an abandoned insane asylum. What should be a straightforward job is complicated by the discovery of audio tapes from a former patient with multiple personalities. Slowly, the team succumb to whatever darkness lies inside the Danvers State Mental Hospital. Yes. This next one I'm very excited about because this is a film that I've been meaning to get to. Sorry, well, I adjust my seating here. I've been meaning to watch this film for some time now, and now that it'll be on Shudder, I'll make sure I get to it and I'll review it. The Fun House by Toby Hooper. From horror master Toby Hooper, 4 teenagers visit a local carnival for a night of innocent amusement, but instead find terror when they are trapped inside the funhouse maze with a monster that stalks them one by one. Heard good things, heard it's a lot of fun, and very interested to check it out. Ooh, man, okay. If you did not catch this next one when it was originally on Shudder, maybe, I think it was like back in like September, August, somewhere in there last year, they're bringing it back. Make sure you see it this time. The Devils. In 17th century France, hunchbacked nun's sister Jean lusts after the town's priest, Father Grandier, who's played by Oliver Reed, by the way. Amazing performance. A sinful but ultimately just man. But when the priest marries, jealous Jean accuses Grandier of using witchcraft on her convent, and the other nuns play along, behaving as obscenely as possible. Ken Russell's savage portrait of religious hypocrisy earned the film the top spot on the list of most controversial horror films ever made. Rarely streaming in the US, The Devils is essential viewing. I will co-sign that. It is essential viewing. It's phenomenal. You gotta see it. And then one of my favorite films of all time, Trick or Treat by Michael Dougherty. If you have not seen Trick or Treat, you have to. On the night when demons and tortured souls are free to walk the earth alongside mortal revelers, four tales of terror of a staid high school principal who is a Halloween serial killer, a college-age virgin seeking that special guy, a woman who hates dressing up for Halloween and whose husband is obsessed with the holiday, and a group of young teens who pull a cruel prank will make you laugh even while scaring you. Wonderful film. Amazingly done. I hear they're supposed to be working on a second one at some point, Michael Dougherty, but that's been talked about for a long time, so we'll see. The next two films are coming April 4th. Ritual. During a vacation in the woods, a man tries to find his family while being hunted by a sadistic killer. Ooh, it's from Joko Anwar. I love Joko Anwar stuff. His film Impetigore was amazing. His film The Queen of Black Magic was amazing. And he also did Satan's Slaves, which I haven't watched yet, but I keep meaning to get to. I believe that is still on Shudder, too, so I need to check it out. And the next one I'm a big fan of, and I thought it was on Shudder this entire time, but Summer of '84. If you haven't seen Summer of '84 and you like things like Stranger Things, that type of vibe, check it out. It's the summer of 1984, the perfect time to be 15 years old and free, but when neighborhood conspiracy theorist Davy Armstrong begins to suspect his police officer neighbor might be the serial killer all over the local news, he and his three best friends begin an investigation that soon turns dangerous. Very good film. Check that out. Very underrated. All right, the next four films are coming April 11th. Rocktober Blood. An executed rock star comes back to haunt a rock star who betrayed him, or so she thinks. Okay, maybe, if I have time. I don't know about this one. You can let me know in the comments. Should I watch it? Puppet Master. Assailed by nightmarish visions, Alex Whitaker and his fellow psychics descend on the Bodega Bay Inn. There they discovered that their compatriot Neil has apparently committed suicide, but as the gruesome visions continue, they sense that there's still something sinister afoot. When they find themselves hunted by a band of homicidal marionettes created by twisted puppeteer Andre Toulon, they discover they're right. I am a fan of the Puppet Master films. I really enjoy them. I have a box set, it's in my stack back there. I have a box set of a bunch of the films. Really, really good. So they're not only adding Puppet Master 1, but 2 and 3. So I'm not going to read the, synopses of those. Just know it's the first 3 Puppet Masters. Then the next 3 films are coming April 12th. Subspecies. Never seen this. Michelle and Lillian are 2 American students who have joined their friend Mara in Romania for their studies of the ancient myths and legends of Transylvania. But myth turns into reality when the women become the object of desire of the beautiful and grotesque Radu, an evil vampire obsessed with making them his consorts. Actually, you know what? Now that I read that, I have heard of Subspecies, and I've heard it's pretty good. Should I check it out? Tell me. The Pit and the Pendulum. In the quest to save souls, the Spanish Inquisition will stop at nothing and knows no boundaries for its evil. Maria must find the power to save her husband from the ultimate machine of torture, the razor-sharp pendulum poised over the pit of hell under the direction of Torquemada, the Grand Inquisitor of Spain. If I'm not mistaken, Vincent Price is in that one. They don't list it, but I think he is, in which case I want to see it. Actually, I've just been wanting to see that film in general. Intruder. The overnight crew of a supermarket find themselves pursued by a mysterious maniac in this fun late 80s slasher from regular Sam Raimi mainstay Scott Spiegel, who co-wrote Evil Dead 2 and appeared in many of Raimi's films. Okay, if I have time. Coming April 18th, seasons 1 through 3 of the Boule Brothers Dracula. Okay, if you haven't seen Dracula, they had the Resurrection special, and they had season 4 on Shudder, and I was like, man, I wish they had seasons 1 through 3, even though I had already seen them. 1 was on YouTube, 2 and 3 were on Netflix, but it looks like they got the rights for all of them now, so now you can binge it. Seasons 1 through 4 plus the Resurrection special. If you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful drag show that is very horror inspired. I have reviews, no spoiler reviews that is, for seasons 1 through 3 as one chunk. The Resurrection special, I think, on its own, and season 4. Highly recommend. And that's April 18th. Then the last 2 things are coming on April 25th, and that is Aetherius Season 5, which I can't believe they're pumping these things out. It seems like just last month or the month before that, they were announcing Aetherius Season 4, so that's crazy. I need to get to those at some point. 11 episodes featuring savage serial killers, desperate robot husbands, ghostly visitors, gory body horror, demented sibling rivalry, ruinous secrets from the past, witchcraft and witches of several kinds, mermaids, campfire legends, and a hilarious cult indoctrination. Sounds fun. And they're, shorts done by women. filmmakers. And the last one is Jamie Marx is Dead. This film is from 2014. For some reason, that's the only film that they put a date on. Why? I don't know. 15-year-old Adam McCormick's life hasn't been the same since classmate Gracie Highsmith found Jamie Marx's dead body at the edge of the river. Adam becomes fixated on Jamie's death, and gradually, a deep bond develops between the living teenager and the dead boy's ghost. But the more attached Adam becomes to Jamie's ghost, the weaker his ties to reality become. Sounds kind of interesting. And that's it. And people may be saying, they usually put a lot more films onto Shudder each month. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you, it's probably because a lot of the films they're putting on for April probably cost a lot more. Typically, they're putting on lesser-known titles when it's a larger grouping. So since it's a lot less, I bet the rights to put Evil Dead 2 on there, The Fog, films like that, not inexpensive. So that is probably why. So I'm guessing for their halfway to Halloween, they wanted to go bigger as far as the types of films they're throwing on there. Also, I know some people have kind of complained that they want bigger titles on Shudder. I'm fine with whatever. I actually like the kind of like deep cut, lesser seen, hidden gem type things, and also So Bad It's Good films. So, but let me know what you're excited for most for April. I mean, I know a lot of people, it's Joe Bob, but in addition to that, let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Also, any recommendations of ones you think I should really try to get to and review. I'm not guaranteeing that I will. Some of those I already have reviews for, like both of the Evil Deads as well as The Fog. But yeah, just put it in the comments. Do me a quick favor, though. Hit subscribe. If you appreciate this video or any video I've ever done, that is your way to repay me. It is quick. It is painless. It costs you no money. And literally, it keeps me motivated to keep doing stuff like this, because this type of video in particular is like just a public service type thing I do, because I want people to know what's coming and be excited about it. And yeah. But anyway, thank you very much for taking your time to check out this video. And until next time, keep it brutal.